Hmm? Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today our topic is Father to Son. It is by Elizabeth Jennings. Yes, Elizabeth Jennings. The theme of this poem is generation gap or non-functional relationship between father and son. Father and son. Yes, there is non-functional relation between father and son. This theme it is universal. It is universal because of the fast development, because of the rapid development in modern world. Yes, dear students, let me read the poem for you. This poem has four stanzas. Each stanza has 6 lines. Yes, yes, dear students, I do not understand this child. I do not understand this child, though we have lived together now in the same house for years. I know nothing of him. So try to build. So try to build up a relationship from from how he was when small, yet have I killed the seed I spent or sown it where the land is his and none of mine. We speak like strangers, there is no sign of understanding in the air. This child is built my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. I cannot share. Silence surrounds us. I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house, the whom he knew, rather than see him and move his word. I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. Father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. Yes, he speaks. I cannot understand myself why anger grows from grief. We each put out an empty hand, longing for something to forgive. Yes, dear students, let us try to appreciate. Let us try to understand. I do not understand this child. For I hear a first father. Father says he does not understand. He does not know his child. Though we have lived together. Though they, father and son, have lived together now in the same house for years. In the same house for many years. I know, Father says, I know nothing of him. I do not understand him. So try to build up a relationship from how. So how to try, how to try to develop a relationship from from how he was when small. He was when he was small, how he was now he is different. Yet I have, yet have I killed, yet have I killed the seed I spent or sown it where I have sown the seed, I have sown it where the land is his and none of mine. The land is his, uh, the land is his and none of mine. It is not mine. We speak like strangers. Here we refers to father and son. Father says, we speak like strangers. We strangers here means unknown. We speak like unknown persons. We speak like unknown persons. Yes, yes, we speak like strangers. We'll speak like strangers. We speak like strangers. There is no sign of understanding in the air. There is no sign means indication. Sign indication. There is no indication of understanding. Huh? child. My son is like me. Yet what he loves I cannot share. But what he loves, what he likes, I do not share. I don't know. Now, dear students, silence surrounds us. I would have him prodigal. Silence surrounds us. I would have him prodigal return to his father's house. Yes, dear students, silence means lack of communication. There is lack of communication all over. It means there is lack of communication between me and between him, or between me and him. I would have him prodigal. I would have him prodigal. Prodigal means wasteful. Uh, he is wasteful. He is extravagant. Returning to home, returning to his father's house. I wish, I wish he, I wish, I wish him return to his father's house, the home he knew. He knows that this is our home or this is his home, rather than see him make and move. I don't like him make and move his world, shift to should shift to move his world means shift to new avenues. I don't like he his shifting to new avenues. I would forgive him too. I would forgive him too. I like to forgive him. I like to forgive him. Shaping from sorrow a new love. Shaping from sorrow. Making something new. Making some. Shaping from sorrow. Shaping from sorrow. Shaping means making something new. Well, I like to make something. We like to make something new. A new love. A new relationship. Now lost. Father and son. Father and son. We both must live on the same globe and the same land. Uh, father, father and son. They both wish to live on the same globe means in the same world and on the same land or in the same house. He speaks. He speaks. I cannot understand myself. Father says, I cannot understand myself. He speaks, I cannot understand myself. I myself cannot understand why anger grows from grief. Why anger? Why anger develops? Why anger develops from deep sorrow? We each put out an empty hand. We both put put out means extend. We both extend an empty hand, longing for, yes, longing for something to forgive. We both desire for something so that we can forgive each other. Dear students, here self ego, here self ego becomes a hindrance, becomes a becomes a factor of uh, being stopped to forgive each other. Need each other. Yes, dear students. So it indicates if we respect each other, if we respect each other's differences, that is the only way out to reduce the difference between parents and childhood. Parents must understand their children, their babies, their sons and daughters, uh, so that their differences between them can be between parents and children can be minimized, can be reduced. So respecting each other's differences. Tagore has rightly said, uh, do not make a child restricted to your learning, for your child is for he is born in another age, or another period. So we have to respect each other's differences so that the generation gap or communication gap it can be minimized. And this non-fictional relationship between father and son can be made functional. Yes, dear students. Now there are there are some short type questions, short answer type questions. Yes, let us try. Does the poem talk of an exclusive personal experience, or is it fairly universal? Dear students, do you know this? The poem talks of a fairly universe experience because it happens to most and fathers and sons, most parents and their children. It is not applicable to only one person. It is not a personal experience, but it is a fairly universe one. Next question: How is the father's how 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 is the father's helplessness brought out in the poem? How is the father's helplessness brought in the poem? Yes, you know, there is generation gap. He does not know how to reduce it. How to reduce it? For example, he says, "I do not understand this child. I do not understand this child. We speak like strangers. There is no sign of understanding in the air. Silence surrounds us." So this shows this shows father's helplessness. This shows father's helplessness. Now, next question. Identify the phrase in lines that indicate distance between father and son. Dear students, I may uh, I can I can say you a few phrases or lines. For example, I do not understand this child. The, I do not understand the child. There is no sign of understanding in the air. Silence surrounds us. Yes, he speaks. I cannot understand. Yes. Does the poem have a consistent rhyme scheme? Dear students, you know. Dear students, you know. Dear students, you know. This poem has four stanzas. Each stanza has six lines. But you first, you know, first first three stanzas have rhyme scheme. A B B A B A. Then last stanza, its rhyme scheme is different. A B B C B A. So this poem it has an open verse format. Short lines are juxtaposed with longer lines. Yes, dear students, let us try to dear students, let us try to cite some figures of speech or poetic devices in the poem. First, there is antithesis. You know, antithesis means putting together two contrasting ideas. What is antithesis? It means putting together two contrasting ideas. For example, the land is his. The land is his and none of mine. Second, second, shaping from sorrow a new love. Shaping from sorrow a new love. These instances show antithesis. That is, you know, putting together two contrasting ideas. Next, alliteration. As you know already, alliteration. Instances of alliteration are लिटरेचर में क्या होता है, जो वर्ड्स होते हैं ना एक ही लाइन में, वो क्लोज होते नियर बाय होते हैं। साइलेंस सराउंड्स अस। हाँ यहाँ देखो आप, साइलेंस सराउंड्स अस। साइलेंस पहले क्या है, एस। सराउंड्स इसको भी पहले है एस, ये करीब करीब वर्ड्स हैं। इसी तरह है, हाँ लाइकवाइज देयर इज द सीड आई स्पेंट और सोन। द सीड एस, स्पेंट, सोन, ये करीब करीब है। हाँ, yes dear students, then let us see metaphor. Metaphor, you know, where there is comparison between two dissimilar things, but we do not use like or as or then. For example, the land is his and none of mine. The land is his and none of mine. Lost is there. Sin ik doki. Sin ik doki. Sin ik doki means a pot to represent a whole or vice versa, or whole represents a pot. For example, make and move his world. Make and move his world. Make and move his world. Now, dear students, let me repeat this poem, Father to Son by Elizabeth Jennings. It is it is an autobiographical poem because father recites what happens to him. Uh, theme is generation gap or non-functional relationship between father and son or between parents and children. Uh, there is lack of understanding. There is non-communication. We need measures to improve this lack to improve this situation. Though there is physical resemblance between father and son, but their aspirations are different, their thoughts are different. Uh, this this lack of communication, this lack of communication, it can be improved by if we respect each other's differences in uh, that can help us to reduce the distance between parents and children. I feel it is enough for today. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.